Hi. How are
Hi.
you, Colonel Abhishek? I'm sorry for the disruption. I think it's. I
No,
think
the disruption was from this side. Some technical
it's.
glitch.
I mean, you cause a lot of disruption for us, for our advantage anyway, for our country, which is very good.
Yeah. Actually, we are not very. We don't interact on Zoom and all on a regular basis. So for us, we have to start off it. And my wife was, she was trying to, teach me.
Okay,
But last minute, Murphy's law, it always happens. How are
great. But
you?
I'm great. I'm so glad to have you online. I'm going to.
Yeah, same here. Good to see you.
You're part of the wonderful Airtel Delhi Half Marathon and Playscape Knowledge Hub, like I explained to you. So you're being conscious with us today by sharing a lot of your gyan on various subjects. I want to tell everybody who you are, whoever's going to watch this show. I want to introduce a very special person to me because he's also from the special forces of our great country, and he's the man who has who is from a great Indian military. And make no mistake, he's very noble, he's very humble, but he's very lethal. so so Abhishek, Abhishek Chaturvedi, Colonel, is head of a very elite team of commandos that help us sleep well at night when we are sitting and watching our OTT channels with our ACs on. But he and his team are busy taking care of us and taking care of our families and our safety by traveling all over India. And whenever he talks to me, it's as if it's classified. When I ask him where you are, Abhishek, he just changes topic, which is totally understandable.
That's the SOP, I would say.
That's the SOP standard. So, Abhi, if you don't mind me calling you, tell me a little bit about your training and about the commando training and our Indian elite forces, since you are the chief instructor. Give us some insight onto how it works.
Yeah, see, I would say I was very lucky uh, to have been part of the commando school, which is, one of the uh, most elite special forces, not special forces, but the commando institutions of the world, I would say.
Wow,
Uh,
that's
I was
amazing.
very lucky that I have served there twice, uh, two tenures of 2 years each, that is for 4 years. The you would have heard of Rangers, you would have heard of Navy SEALs, and all
Yes, of
those
course.
special troops from various countries, especially the machos of the Western world.
Absolutely.
But I can tell you, when we talk about the commando course, as far as the Indian Army is concerned, uh, everything is mental. When you see those hunks from the US forces, you find, the big 6'3" built people, doing hundreds of push-ups and all that. But when you see, I'm talking a very general thing, when you see an Indian Army soldier, uh, first of all, we don't look that scary, right? But I can
Correct.
tell you, having served there for 4 years, Indian Army soldiers, whether they are the Jawans or the JCOs or the officers, the mental toughness with which they operate or they conduct themselves professionally and personally is beyond anybody's comparison.
Wow, that's very
Uh,
encouraging to hear. That's
yeah,
fantastic information you're providing us.
there are
Wow.
three reasons for that.
Okay.
Firstly, the kind of operational experience that the Indian Army has, the
Yes.
kind of terrain in which the Indian Army operates, whether it is the 50 degrees Celsius of Rajasthan or minus 50 of the Siachen Glacier or the thick jungles of Manipur, the kind of experience that we have is beyond anybody's imagination. And you would be happy to know, Gautam, you would have heard of joint training that we carry out with Western armies, right?
Absolutely.
Indian Army, I would say India is one of the most preferred destination for even the most so-called advanced armies of the world. They all
Wow.
want to come to us. They come to us on a yearly basis. If I'm sure if you're keeping abreast with the news, the US Army, the Russian Army, the British Army, they all come to us to gain experience from us.
That's amazing.
Because their AOR and their operational experiences are very limited, I would say.
And why
I
is
won't
that?
say.
Why is that?
Yeah. See, India is fighting on many fronts from 1947 onwards, right?
Yes.
Whether it is the Kashmir issue or our deployment in the Northeast. We have had so many wars starting from, 62, 65, 71, and the latest, no more latest, but Kargil war.
Yes.
So the kind of adversaries that we have faced, the kind of variety, if I can say, the kind of variety that we have had, operational variety and the variety in terrain, nobody expects that. As far as the Western armies are concerned, they have been exposed now, whether it is the Afghanistan or the Iran or, the Middle East. But you know what they have been doing? We have been doing it from donkey's years, right? And
Correct.
And why I'm saying this is from the first-hand experience. In the commando wing, we used to have officers and men from these countries coming to us.
Wow.
We used to have troops and officers from United States or the British or the Australians or the New Zealanders. Without letting them down, without belittling them, I can tell you, they were no match to our officers and Jawans when it came to completing and excelling in the commando course.
But this is absolutely fabulous what you're saying. It makes you feel so proud. I mean, me as a civilian feel so proud when someone at your stature says this. So you must be feeling absolutely elated. But tell me, Avi, Colonel, how does it work? Because when you say we are much better, I mean, what about our diet, our nutrition, compare our genetic coding? We Indians are not made to be like a European or an American or a Russian. They are very big, large bones. They're naturally genetically blessed. But we Indians, unfortunately, many of us are not. So how does it work? I mean, what is the mental training?
Yeah, I'll tell you. As you have rightly said, genetically, we are not 6'4", 6'3".
Yes.
We are not that.
Yeah. Correct.
Now, when it comes to our troops and our officers, I would say in general soldiers. They can be a Jawan, they can be an officer also.
Yes.
It all starts from our academy and the training centers. For the officers, the National Defense Academy or the Indian Military Academy or the Officers Training Academy. And for the Jawans, the respective regimental centers based on their regiments, right?
Yes.
The training of an officer or a Jawan right from day one starts basically on mental fitness first.
Wonderful.
Because till the time you are mentally fit, the physical fitness cannot come. Now, as far as why we are better, I can claim, firstly, I'm telling you very frankly, our resources, our technology is not as good as, say, Americans or the Britishers. There's no doubt about it, right?
Oh, yes. Okay.
But in spite of that, we have excelled in all the wars today against our adversaries. It is purely because the mental fitness and the physical fitness have been combined. When you are mentally fit, you will be physically fit.
Yes.
Now, for a Jawan or for the officers, the diets, we don't have fancy diets, right? However, whatever diet, if I can quote you, Gautam, you would have heard, we always say, हमारे पूर्वज जो हुआ करते थे वो देसी घी खाते थे and all that, right? Am I right?
Very good. Very good.
They didn't have any fancy diets, isn't it?
Correct.
But whatever nutritional rural diet or the pure diet which our Jawans have is, I think, sufficient to make him physically strong and thereby mentally, fit. Now, most of our troops are from the rural areas. There's no doubt about it. Whether
Correct.
they are from the Haryana or from the Maharashtra or they are coming from, Himachal, they are from rural areas where they have toiled hard. They are not softies, okay?
Oh,
so
yes.
comfort training, it's not very difficult for them. It's not very
It's the
difficult.
conditioning. It's the conditioning. It's the
It is the conditioning. So the conditioning starts from day one at the academies or the regimental centers, and it's all about mental. I can tell you, in commando wing, our final test is 40 kilometers, which you have to do with 17 kgs of sand and rifle, 17 kgs of weight. And to pass it, you have to do it in 5 hours 20 minutes. I'm telling you, 5 hours 20 minutes is the passing time. But you want to get an instructor's grading, or you want to cut the mark in the best, you have to finish it in 4 hours or 15 minutes or something, right? Now, when our jawans or when our officers do this, you would find out, ye kaise karega? You know, I can tell you, when I did this commando course in 95, I was 48 kgs. And the weight on my shoulder was already 20 kgs. And I came first in 40. So it was all mental, what I want to tell you.
How did you do it? I mean, it's a puzzle. I mean,
it's actually, Gautam, if you look around in your life, everyday life, forget about Forge, in your everyday life, you know, I've always been fascinated by Gautam's, physique. I don't know which tablet you are taking. You are not aging at all. You are not aging at all. Now, when you do that exercise, Gautam, whether it is in the gymnasium or the weights, I'm telling you, it's not physical, it's mental, isn't it?
Yes, 100% right.
If you give up, Gautam, if you give up at the first minute of your hour exercise, that I cannot do this 25 kgs dumbbell or whatever, I'm sure you won't do it for more than 2 minutes, right?
Correct.
So you are mentally prepared to go to the gym and you know what is coming up.
Yes, you're right. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, same as for us. When we operate in Kashmir, we know what is coming to us. When we operate in conventional war against our enemies, we know what is coming up. So we are conditioned. It's all conditioning.
This is really wonderful. So yes, so that's like they say, mind and body connect. So like you correctly mentioned, that your mental capacity is going to be so powerful, and you're conditioned so beautifully by the chief instructors like yourself, that you train these guys into these grueling circumstances, so they already know what's coming up.
Yeah. And Gautam, if I can add on,
please.
Just for your information,
yes,
our Indian Army is deployed in a lot of countries as United Nations force, right?
Yes.
Where we operate jointly with many forces of the world. You would be surprised to know that Indian Army troops who are based abroad are always winning various trophies and medals for the United Nations. Now, to add on to it, there is something called as Cambrian Patrol. This Cambrian Patrol is a gruesome physical military exercise which is conducted mostly in UK, where almost 90 to 100 countries, troops from 100 countries participate, right?
I see.
It is something like, you have that Iron Man when you have to run 100 miles and all those kind of things. Yes. It is something like that. Indian Army has been participating in this particular Cambrian Patrol for last 15-20 years. And Gautam, you will be happy to know that out of last 20 years, for good about 17-18 years, our team has come first/second.
From all these countries?
Of all the 90 to 100 countries of the world who participate in that.
17 wins in 20 years.
In last 20 odd years, we have been winning / runners up in last 17 to 18 years continuously, and beating our adversaries most of the time. And they include teams from those, the Americans, or you can name them, Israelis and all. We have been winning most of the time, and it's all because of mentor.
My God, this is you're giving some very this is the kind of information you don't hear about.
Yeah, exactly. And how I'm telling you this, I was personally involved in the training of Cambrian Patrol team of the Indian Army, because we used to train them in commando school before they were launched abroad for this final D-Day. So that's how I know.
Fantastic.
So that's how it is.
So when people see the show, they're going to be very, very, they're going to start pushing their kids towards the army.
Gautam, can you hear me? I think your video is paused. Your video is paused, Gautam.
yes.
Yeah, we are back. We are
We are
back.
back. We are back.
We are back.
Yeah. So you were saying.
Yeah, you were saying that this would I'm sure this would
Encourage.
motivate youngsters to join
Motivate.
army. You know, I agree with you, but at the same time, Gautam, I won't say I'm disappointed, but definitely the trend has changed now. The Indians we have very short-lived memory, you know. Unfortunately, our love for the nation is woken up only twice: when we have India-Pakistan cricket match, which is no longer there, or when there's a war, right?
G.
So army is remembered only for crisis, whether it is the war, conventional war, or if there are Mumbai floods, or if Mr. Prince falls down in a borewell. But I'm telling you, it is very encouraging now when you see on various social media platforms, and when we, as I told you, these days my professional job is to interact with the youth, and
Wonderful.
huge, I would say, urgency and willingness on parts of youth to join the Indian Armed Forces in whichever capacity. But what is most important is the push from their parents.
Yes. Yes.
Where most of the kids want to join. I interact with hundreds of children every day, but their parents are not too willing.
You think because they're scared for their children, there could be a fear factor involved because the army, the military,
Yeah.
especially if the kids excel. Then
It is the fear factor. It is the, I would say, it is lack of awareness and lack of knowledge. People feel anybody in uniform means he's going to die within no time. It doesn't happen like this, right?
correct.
I have been in Kashmir for 8 years. I've been in Northeast for 3 years. I'm alive and I'm doing pretty well.
And thank God for that.
So what I'm saying is parents have to understand
Yeah.
that country has to be given importance at some time other than the cricket match, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. I agree.
And the awareness has to increase with increase in the media activities, social platforms. We cannot just end up paying homage on Twitter or feeling bad for the soldier who dies. You watch news every day, feeling pity for the widows or the parents who lost their sons. No, you have to come forward and contribute, isn't it?
That's true. You have to
I'm
give
sure
back.
things are changing and things will change for good. I'm very positive.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. If I was younger, much younger, of course. Now I'm reaching old age. So if I was
You're
younger,
not. You aren't. You're fine.
I don't think I can join the army now. I'm too
You're
old.
fine. You don't scare me.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
have. I don't have.
Nobody can scare you because even snakes are scared of you.
No, not at all. Okay.
If I was younger, I can assure you
Yeah.
one thing. I would have. I'm so crazy about. Remember, By the way, everyone who's watching this, I messaged my dear friend Colonel Abhishek sometime back, and I asked him whether there is a training for civilians, because I'm a very avid fan of the military. I respect our soldiers like you can't imagine. And since he's my friend, I thought maybe he could induct me into some civilian training, anti-terrorism. Because how does a civilian? You can't keep waiting for the army to come. You have to at least know how to protect yourself, your family, your loved
Exactly.
ones, your friends. If there's a crisis situation, like there's been unfortunately in our country in the recent years, it
Yeah.
happens every day actually. Like Abhishek knows, he's been in Kashmir. So I wanted to ask you that, is there something you all are planning to start? Because so say someone like me, okay, I'm much older now, but someone but my age wants to learn how to just anti-terrorism, basic, just
Yeah.
to help us.
Uh, there are two things in this, Gautam.
Gee,
Firstly, to learn the art tactics of army, there is no shortcut.
okay,
You have to get into it to learn it, to do it. Simple.
okay,
Now, to do that, there are two options.
okay,
For the youngsters, either you join army, or if you have not joined army, you have NCC, you would have heard of National Cadet Corps.
Yes.
You know, fortunately, NCC is one of the biggest platform in the world, which is providing an opportunity to the youth, boys and girls, to have a feel of the army. If not, you are directly inside the army. And you would be happy to know that without, I mean, we in army have got no affiliation with any politics. We are not into politics. But now you would be happy to know that our present Prime Minister, his KRA is for the youth is NCC. He has been increasing the vacancies of NCC in lakhs every year, so that the young kids can get an exposure.
That's fantastic.
Now, as far as for the adults, the elders like you are concerned,
there
is an arm called TA, you would have heard of, Territorial Army.
Yes.
Now this Territorial Army is for the people like you who are working outside, who are pursuing their profession or, you know, hobbies. But at the same time, they can come to the army, serve for a couple of years, go back, do their personal job, come back and do that, right?
Oh, serve for a couple of years.
Yeah. So they can serve, go out and come back. Now,
time frame for a few years and then go back to your.
So this territorial army is one of the best means for people to come and experience the life of an army. You would have heard there are many, you know, big shots. I would say there are some ministers and even there are some actors. If you heard of, there's a very, I mean, the legend of South, Mr. Mohanlal, I believe, right? He is a territorial army officer, you know.
Really?
He's a territorial army officer. I wonder if you search the Google, you will find he was very recently commanding a battalion with uniform and sword. So there are many elite people who are serving in the territorial army. But other than that, I'm sorry to say there is no such training schedule where the willing civilian counterparts can come and, you know, do training for 1 month or 2 months. There's nothing like that. But these are the two other means. But yes, they can visit. We organize. There is something called as Know Your Army.
Okay.
We organize Know Your Army camps in metros and various cities where we display the strength of army, so that you can see the real strength of army other than what you see on the TV.
Fantastic.
And it is a great opportunity for everybody to, you know, go there and attend them.
That's fantastic. So you're going to tell me when it's happening next time for sure.
Of course, I will. Of course, I will let you know.
Please. Abhishek, tell me about very interesting our last conversation when you said living off the land.
Yes.
Now is this like an elite commando only for the elite commandos who actually, like you've seen the movies, like I said, I'm a crazy army buff. So there's a Stallone movie, Rambo, there's, you know, there are all these amazing movies that are made with Van Damme and Rambo. And so this is only for the elite forces or even the basic?
See, first of all, living off the land, as the name suggests, living off the land is part of everybody's life, whether he's in army or not. God forbid, tomorrow you are traveling in an aircraft and it is hijacked.
Oh.
They don't give you food. They leave you in a jungle where you have to survive. I'm sure you're aware of Bear Grylls, the Discovery Channel.
Yes, of course.
The legend program which comes on Discovery, Bear Grylls, who even, you know, took people like Barack Obama and Roger Federer for an stint with him. See, living off the land is basically survival. Now, as far as the army is concerned, the training for living off the land, basically surviving on whatever you have or whatever you don't have. This training is imparted at various levels right from the day you join army. The degree of difficulty of living off the land varies, right? The expertise and the high level of this training is conducted at the SF, that is the Para Commandos Special Forces Training Center, and also at the Commando School where I was there, right?
Is this in Belgaum also?
It is in Belgaum. Yeah, it is in Belgaum.
I see.
But apart from this, every soldier in his training schedule whether he is doing a training of a Jawan or even when we trained in the National Defense Academy Pune and later on in the IMA Dehradun, we had the capsule of living off the land. Now, again, living off the land is basically, it's mental, right? Like
Correct.
what we used to teach in Commando Wing, we used to have a particular exercise, I won't name it, where the commandos used to be left off for 3 days.
Okay.
It was projected that they are in an enemy territory and, you know, they're supposed to be survived. They're supposed to be escaping the arrest. So now you have nothing to eat. So there you have to search for things. You have to search for snakes. You have to search for whatever you can survive on. And before this, there are theoretical classes to teach them what are the things you can survive on. Right?
I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For example, if you are in a thick jungle, it is said the darkest of the fruit is the most poisonous. So if you see a very thick red berry, avoid it.
I see. Okay.
You can survive. You can survive on a lizard, but you have to know which part of the lizard to be eaten.
Really?
When you eat a snake only as part of survival, not as a routine.
Yes.
When
yes.
you eat a snake, you have to know which portion to be consumed. So this is what living off the land is. And now this living off the land, since it is imparted to a soldier right from beginning, it has come handy. There were incidents, there were occasions, you would know, during the Kargil war or any other war where our troops ran out of rations. They had to survive. They had to survive on such things in that terrain.
Wow.
So we used to give this training basically for survival, which can be made through living organisms, living beings in the jungle, or through leaves or through plants. How to get water when there is no water.
Fantastic.
Which plant will give you water? Which sand can give you water? How deep you can dig to get some water, basically to quench your thirst.
Yes.
So this is what the living of the land is, where the expertise is provided in the training centers.
And how long is this part of the course? Is it like very long?
See the commando course of the Indian Army is 42 days course, right?
I see.
Now this 42 days course is a non-stop course, which is 24/7. And when I say 24/7, it is literally 24/7.
You can be woken up anytime.
No, you can't be woken up anytime because you're not allowed to sleep, right?
Yeah. Literally?
Yeah, literally. You are allowed to sleep maximum, and I repeat, maximum 2 to 3 hours in a day for those 42 hours, 42 days. It has got, out of these 42 days, there are various capsules, whether they are related to, survival training or the obstacle training or those long endurance runs and the various other things, right? So that living off the land is part of that.
I see.
The aim of the commando course is to break your mental clock, biological clock. Today, you know, you will get up at 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning. You will sleep at 10, 11, right?
Yes.
वहाँ पे हर चीज उल्टी होती है. Your physical training starts at say 1:30 in the night, 2 in the night, which will carry on till 7 in the morning.
My God.
At times, you are not allowed to sleep continuously for 72 hours without food. So this is mental makeup. This is conditioning of the body. And I can tell you, this is such a lovely body which we have, God has given. You can mold it into anything.
Wow, this is so inspiring.
Yeah. Just like if you decide today that I'll not take sugar,
yes,
you will feel the pinch for 2 days, but
correct.
After 4 or 5 days, you will develop a taste without sugar, right?
Yes.
Similarly, you give this body any kind of trouble, if I can use that parlance, it will feel bad for 3 days. After 4 days, it will start enjoying it.
Wow.
So this is how the commando is.
Talk about penance. Penance. It's a form of penance. But tell me, another question I want to ask you, since you just spoke about this. How many out of, say, how many commandos do this course and how many actually pass the course? What is the percentage? Well, very difficult.
See,
2 hours a day, a night.
See, first of all, I'm an infantry soldier, right? Pedal Sena, who fights. who is always in the forefront.
Ji.
The commando course is compulsory for all infantry soldiers, first of all.
Oh.
To give you a corollary, when you talk of Indian armed forces, the largest is army, then you have air force, and then you have very little navy, right?
Yes.
This is based on the operational strategic requirements of the country. Now, just like if it is 100, if I give you a benchmark of 100, 70 is army, 20 is air force, and 10 is navy. Similarly, within the army, 80 out of 100 is infantry.
Wow.
So infantry, for an infantry Jawan and an officer, the commando course is compulsory. First of all, it is compulsory.
Right? Wow.
And so, for the number of people passing, there are various grades in commando course. Suppose there are 100 boys doing a course. Out of 100 boys, good about 3 to 4, at time maximum 2 to 3 people get, instructors getting where they get a chance to go back and train them for subsequently, the way I did.
Out of 100, only 2 or 3, or 3 to 4.
I mean, at times there are courses where not even a single person gets an I grading, right? It happens. But passing mark, benchmark is different. But yes, there are huge failures, and the best part is those who fail have to come back to do it again. You cannot escape it.
Oof.
You have to come back. So it is something you have to do it. Otherwise, you will keep coming, and obviously you don't want to, do you want to put your finger in the fire all the time? No, you want to put it once and get out of it. So it's like that. So you have to do it. Simple.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what was your most memorable operation that you headed? Was it in Kashmir or was it here in? I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak about the Maharashtra one. Or,
well, yeah.
You must have had some amazing.
Well. Without being specific, Gautam, God has been kind, and not just me. Most of us, the infantry officers and the Jawans, you are aware what situation in Kashmir and Northeast is, and it's not today. It's been going on since ages, right? So most of us, as such, find majority of our tenure serving in such hostile places. First of all,
yes.
So nothing different for me if I've served there. Yes, some people serve for a little time, some get a chance to serve more. I've served in Kashmir for 8 odd years in different phases, of course, not continuously.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long tenure, and
long time.
I've served in Northeast, and I would say the most, if I can call it memorable, yes, now memorable. That time it was not memorable because you were at the when you get a bullet in your leg, obviously it doesn't become memorable for short time.
You got a bullet in your leg?
Yeah. So we had a lovely operation. The way it happens every day, you hear in the news and you read in the newspaper, and there it's all about who acts first and who acts faster.
Oh,
simple.
Okay.
So I had operations where God was kind. I lived another day, and we were able to
wow.
fulfill our task as simple as it. Sorry,
you lived another day. This is besides the bullet one, or you can tell us. It's okay.
See, there have been many in our life. For a soldier's life, Gautam, after putting on this much of service, you have experiences where you can write thesis on that. Okay. You can write books and books on the experiences, and I'm telling you, all experiences are very exclusive. So there are so many experiences where you escape death, where you succeed, you fail. You will never succeed without failing. Where you fail many times, and where you succeed, where you have the upper hand most of the times. At times you are not having the upper time. You wait for the next chance. I mean, if you can recollect, you watched Uri movie, right? So it was only the success came only after the initial setbacks, isn't it?
Yes.
So there have been occasions, but yes, the most memorable operation, of course, I would say it was in 2004. where we were able to, of course, I will never say I, because army is a team function. Army works as a team.
Yes.
It's not that I'm a fast bowler, I've taken a wicket, not at all.
Correct.
It's
Teamwork.
a team. Just because God has been kind and I'm an officer, I have to lead, because Indian Army officer leads. We lead from the front, as simple as that. Whether it was Taj, whether it was Unni Krishnan, or it was Dil Mange More, or you name a person. So we lead from the front, but unless our team is with us, unless they act, an Indian Army officer functions only when his Jawans operate. The credit, 99.9% of all the successes, operational success and professional success, is always rests with our troops, who are the best in the world, I can tell you.
I'm so Jai Hind, as I say, Jai Hind. Jai Hind. So you sent me this is amazing. I mean, I'm really enjoying this conversation. Actually, whenever I meet you, however less, it's we hardly meet, because you're always busy somewhere or the other, and it's classified.
And then Mr. Corona came.
But when we met last, which was many years ago now.
Oh yes, it was, and I can tell you, it was in 2011 we met.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
9 years.
Really, your mental strength is a bit too strong, huh?
2011 we met in 9 years.
Yes, I remember you came home. It was great fun. I mean, you were speaking till like for a long time.
Late night. Exactly.
I was just listening. This is so interesting, this whole conversation. You don't get to hear it from first hand. So you sent me a picture recently of you catching one of your friends.
What happens, Gautam? Certain people, they say, in Indian mythology, and if you call it a taboo, ki saap aapka picha nahi chhodta, right? So although we don't believe in that, so whatever sins I would have done in Commando Week with the snakes, they keep appearing in my house often.
That was really funny, because you sent me a photograph. When you said you have a friend in your back room, I said, okay,
so it happened 2 months back. Suddenly at night, I found a gentleman, crawling inside my drawing room, and luckily we could see it. So I said, welcome, friend. And obviously I had to, the only difference was now I've become more humane, and and at my home, I'm not training. So I caught hold of him, and I, very politely, left him at his designated place, I would say.
Come in, gentlemen. आइए sir, आइए. हमारे घर के अंदर आइए. चाय वाय पियो.
But we never gave this treatment in Belgaum, let me tell you. He became a part of our dish.
So at Belgaum, what do? You catch the snake.
We have a full-fledged snake zoo there. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God. Where we have hundreds of snakes, where we train each and every commando who comes for the training to catch a snake and to use it as a survival when required. Wow. So we have a full-fledged, and Gautam, if I can take a mind back, as far as the Commando Wing is concerned, the first time a very famous movie had come where Nana Patekar had acted. Its name was Prahar, right?
Yes, of course. Wonderful film.
That is long back. So this is how it started there. And then, in 2011, immediately after 9/11, BBC had shot a series. It was the first, realistic series, whatever. So they shot a series called Commando. Its name was Commando.
I see.
And it was aired on BBC every Friday, 9 p.m. in 2011 and 12. Okay. I was lucky to be part of it in most of the episodes.
Yes.
So the Commando Wing fame is long back.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I must catch it. I have to catch this.
I wonder because even I've got it was shot by we had a very famous politician called Mrs. Margaret Alva, right?
Yes.
Margaret Alva's daughter Manira Alva and her son Neerat Alva, they were into the advertising and film industry that time. So they were the producers and directors of this episode, this series.
Fantastic. This is amazing, Abhishek. I'm having a lovely time talking to you. What advice would you like to give today's youth on? I mean, they don't necessarily have to come into the army, but just generally, because we have a lot of youth going astray in terms of eating bad food, obesity, eating out of chips, potato packets, junk food from these famous brands. There's no discipline. But on the other hand, we have a whole lot of youngsters who are very focused. India has become a very well-known sporting nation, like we are right now on the half marathon, Delhi half marathon, chat. So we have lakhs of runners running. There are about 700 runners who join the marathon every day. That's the statistic. But what would you like to impart as an expert of your stature to how does a youth, structure their
I
lives?
would see, Gautam, I can tell you from the first-hand experience because my children are grown up themselves now.
Yes.
And I can relate to what you were saying on a day-to-day basis.
Correct.
See, I would not insist. First of all, I would not compare. It is always wrong to compare what I did 20 years back and what should be done now.
Yes.
Every phase and every period has got its merits and demerits. Now it's up to us to pick up the better things in that particular era.
Yes.
Children today, the youth today is exposed much more than us. We will stick only to the food part. With all these MNCs coming, whether it is the pizzas or the Domino's or the burgers and all that. See, I would say only one thing. As long as we know what is the limit, you should know, you should draw a line everywhere. I'm not telling you not to enjoy. I'm not telling you not to eat anything. There are fancy words I hear every day, Twitter pe, the cheat day and all that, right? Now, as long as you know what is your line, see, excess of anything is bad.
Correct.
What I observe, I'm not generalizing, but what I observe, I'm telling you purely from the observation point of view, because today I'm handling good about 1,500 children professionally. Fantastic. And I've got 2 of my own. The focus, just like when you talk about character, the core values of core human values can never change, whether it is 1947 or 2020. The core values of honesty, integrity, dedication, professionalism will always remain same. Similarly, in the eating habits, the core values are your basic Indian food.
Wonderful.
First you start having dal, roti, sabzi, and then you can also have other things. But it cannot be vice versa.
Your foundation has got to be strong.
Yeah. So I request my youth, I suggest them with my experience that do not fight with your parents when they say, finish your dal. Don't fight with them when they say they are putting ghee in your, roti. That will give you the foundation. Yes. If you start eating pizza morning and evening, it is not going to help. Secondly, there are genuine body supplements requirements.
Yes.
Which only a professional like Gautam can tell you.
Thank you.
So don't blindly. I mean, these things are not for research. You Google it and you start having it. No, it's not like that. First of all, make your foundation, then consult some experts in case it is required. And I'm sure when you consult an expert, he will tell you what is required, what is not required.
Absolutely.
But have control over everything. Don't leave anything. And lastly, don't become a couch potato. You have to exercise. It can be any way. You want to run, you want to walk, you want to go to the gym. You can eat anything, but if you sweat it out, you're fine.
Yes. Don't be sedentary.
If you don't sweat it out, then there's no end to it. And let me tell you one more thing. Youth do not listen. Tomorrow, today when your parents say ki beta, once in a month or once in a week, apply oil in your hair.
Correct.
You don't listen.
Yes.
But after 15, 20 years, you will go to a doctor, pay 20,000 rupees, and then he will say, then you'll do it, right? So, eat well and exercise well. These are the only two fundamentals of life.
Like you said, LOC, line of control. So your LOC is LOC is LOC. Whether it's
and I will never recommend that there is a Deepavali, there are sweets and you don't even look at it. No, I don't. I personally, I may be wrong. I don't personally subscribe to these things. Eat, you know your limit. Don't overdo anything, and make sure that today we have taken 2 extra sweets. Please run 2 kilometers extra. Simple. This is my funda.
Oh, that is the mantra. That is what I live by, because you have to compensate. खाना है तो खाओ, लेकिन भागो,
extra.
बैडमिंटन खेलो, जो भी करना है करो, लेकिन पसीना बहाओ.
Unless you have to see, the sweat has to be seen coming out.
Yes.
I mean, you can't be,
there's no
total pura nahi karna hai. Total nahi
because we are not meant to be sedentary. The human being is meant to be in movement all the time.
You have to move. You have to move your body.
We have to sweat to shine. That's what I love.
You have to sweat to shine. And along with that, when you do this way, your mental strength will grow.
Yes.
Gautam, I'll share 2 things. We had 2 sayings in Commando Wing,
okay,
which are applicable everywhere and which we live by.
I see.
One is Mushkil Waqt, Commando Sakht. Okay.
Oh.
Mushkil Waqt, Commando Sakht. And second was when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Correct.
So unless you implement unless you implement in your daily life, you will find yourself in difficult position once you grow up. Because as a child and in youth, your body can take anything. You have to mold it.
Yes.
See, लोहा है, जितना गरम करोगे, पीटोगे, वो बनेगा. Otherwise, तुम लोहा ही रह जाओगे. Simple.
Fantastic. No, I think this is a great message you're going to send.
I'm sorry if I've been crude.
No. I think this is what is needed in today's. This is why I was so keen to talk to you on this chat, because I know it's coming from a very pure intent. So it's fabulous. So Abhishek, thank you so much for being here with on this Be Conscious chat. And I'm sure the sponsors and everyone are going to be very excited to see your video, and whoever logs in is going to get a wealth of knowledge. So thank you so much once again.
Yeah. And Gautam, if with your permission, I will take precisely 10 more seconds.
Please.
I would like to request, it's a very personal feeling, I'm telling you. It's beyond what we are talking.
Yeah.
I would like to request every Indian today, whosoever is watching or not watching.
Yes.
We need to start loving our country a little more.
Okay.
We need to start loving our flag a little more.
Yes.
We need to start loving our national anthem a little more. And I'm sure with the support of youth and the countrymen, we got to make India, prouder.
Make India greater.
Yeah. And that can happen only when we start loving them every day, not just on 26th Jan and 15th August.
How wonderful is that? Jai Hind, as they say.
So thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Is that the right way to salute?
Yes. No, it is like this. Without cap, we don't salute. And we don't salute without cap. I'm wrong.
Okay. Thank you, Abhishek. And
thank you so much.
I love your message at the end. And definitely everyone should love our country more, make India greater. India's great, but make it greater.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, brother. All the best.
Lovely, and we'll talk really soon.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.